Good morning to everyone. In this lecture, WE8451 Linear Integrated Circuits and Applications. Unit 2 Characteristics of Operational Amplifier. Now we can move to the syllabus of Linear Integrated Circuits and Applications. The Unit 2 syllabus. First of all, we can discuss the ideal operational characteristics and DC characteristics and AC characteristics, differential amplifier operations and frequency response of differential amplifier, and also the basic applications of operational amplifier and inverting and non-inverting amplifiers, summer amplifiers, differentiator and integrator, and also finally voltage and current and voltage converters. Now we can move to the first topic of ideal operational amplifier characteristics. We are going to discuss this operational characteristics, operational amplifier. First of all, what is a operational amplifier? What are the different types of amplifiers are there? So we discuss the first one, the introduction of operational amplifier. It is shortest form of op-amp. Here the introduction. The operational amplifier is basically a multi-stage amplifier which uses a number of amplifier stages interconnected to each other. The integrated op-amp offers all the advantages of monolithic integrated circuits such as small size, high reliability, reduced cost, less power consumption. The operational amplifier amplifies the difference between the two signals in common signals. Now we can move to the symbol and terminals. Now we can see the picture, pin configuration and the symbol of operational amplifier 741. An operational amplifier has a two input terminal, one output terminal and two supply voltage terminals. The input terminal marked with a negative sign is called as an inverting terminal. If we connect the input signal to this terminal, then the applied output signal is 180-degree out of phase with respect to input. Now the input terminal marked with the positive sign is called a non-inverting terminal. So these are the inverting and non-inverting terminal concept. If the input is applied to this pin, then the amplified output is in phase within the input. The offset null is used to null the offset voltage, and pin number 8 is dummy pin. Now we can see the block diagram. In this block diagram, the non-inverting input and inverting input terminal of op-amp to send the input stage of the intermediate stage of signals, the level shifting stage and also the output stage and also the output of will be the operational amplifier output. So the input stage is a dual input balanced output difference amplifier. That is a one of the input is a inverting input, another one of the input is a non-inverting input of the inverting amplifier. So here the intermediate stage, it is a dual unbalanced output of the differential amplifier, and the level shifter using the such as the emitter follower using the constant current sources. This is a to constant current source to shift in the level shifter, and also the output stage is a complementary of symmetric push and pull of amplifiers. Now we can move the input stage. So what is the input stage? We can find out it provide most of the voltage gain of an amplifier and decide the input resistance. And the intermediate stage is another differential amplifier which is driven by the output of the input stage due to the direct coupling between the first two stages. The input of level shifting is an amplified signal which is some non-zero DC levels. The level shifting stage is used to bring the DC level of 0 volt with respect to the ground. The output stage, it increases the current supplying capability of an op-amp, and also it provides the low output resistance. Now we can move to what are the input modes. So the input stage of the input mode, that is a single-ended mode and a dual-ended mode. In single-ended mode, if the input signal is applied to only one of the input and the other input terminal is connected to ground, it is said to be operating in a single-ended mode. You can see the picture. The single-ended is connected the one of the input terminal and the other is a ground terminal. Now, what is a differential mode or double-ended model? In differential mode, the two opposite polarity signal are applied to the two input of the operational amplifier. The difference between the input signal is appear at the output. Now what is a common mode? In common mode of operation amplifier, the same input signal is applied to both the input terminals. Ideally, a 0 volt should be produced by the operation amplifier. Now let us move to the characteristics of operational amplifier. The operational amplifier characteristics such as parameters are important in practice because we can use them to compare the performance of various operational amplifier ICs and select the best suitable for them for the required applications. The operational amplifier characteristics are classified into two categories, namely AC characteristics and DC characteristics. Now the open loop voltage gain, if it is the differential gain of an operational amplifier in the open loop mode of operation and the input resistance, it is defined as the equivalent resistance which can be measured at either at the inverting or non-inverting terminal with the other terminal connected to the ground. What is the output resistance of the op-amp? It is the resistance measured by looking into the output terminal of op-amp which is with the input source short circuited. And the bandwidth of this operational amplifier, it is the range over which all the signal frequencies are amplified almost equal. And then what is the common mode rejection ratio? It is a define of the differential gain and also to common mode gain. So this is a ratio of the CMRR. Now what is the skew rate? It is defined as the maximum rate of change of output voltage per unit time. And the power supply rejection ratio, it is a change in an operational amplifier if input offset voltage is caused by variation in the supply voltages. Now what is the input offset voltage and the input bias current and the input offset current? Now first of all we can discuss the input offset voltage. Ideally for a 0 input voltage, output should be 0. But practically it is not so. This is due to the unavoidance unbalanced inside the op-amp. And what is the input bias current? It is the average of current flowing into the two input terminals of an operational amplifier. The input offset current is the algebraic difference between the current flowing into the inverting and non-inverting terminal of the op-amp. Now we can see the comparison of ideal and practical operational amplifier. So this is a characteristics parameters. What are the different characteristics? First of all, the voltage gain and input resistance and output resistance, and also the bandwidth, common mode rejection ratio, skew rate, PSRR, input offset voltage, input bias current, input offset current. Now we can move to the general configurations. What is the open loop and closed loop configurations? Now we can see the open loop configurations. In open loop configuration, there is no feedback from the output to the input. The difference signal present between the input will be amplified by its open loop gain. That is a voltage gain is equal to 2 into 10 power 5. Now therefore the even for very small magnitude of differential voltage output will reach positive or negative saturation. Now why the operational amplifier not used as an amplifier in open loop configurations? Due to very open loop gain, the distortion is introduced in the operational amplifier output signal. The open loop gain does not remain constant but varies with the temperature. And also the power supply as well due to the MOS protection technique. The bandwidth of the operational amplifier is very small, almost equal to 0. For this reason, the open loop operational amplifier is not used in the practice as an amplifier. Now what is a closed loop amplifier? The closed loop configurations is a feedback is introduced. Therefore, a part of output is fed back to the input. The feedback can be following the two types. Number 1, positive feedback, regenerative feedback. Number 2, negative feedback. That is a degenerative feedback. Now what is a positive feedback? If the feedback signal and the input signal are in space with each other, then it is called a positive feedback. In this positive feedback, it is used in applications such as the oscillators and symmetric trigger regenerative comparator. Now the negative feedback, that is a degenerative feedback, if the signal fed back to the input and the original input signal are 180 degree out of phase. So this is called a negative feedback. In application of negative operational amplifier, the negative feedback is used. And what are the advantages of this negative feedback? It is used as a stabilizer gain and reduces the distortion, increases the bandwidth, and reduces the effect of variations in temperature and supply voltage on the output of operational amplifier. Then only disadvantages of negative feedback is low gain. And what is the ideal operational amplifier? So the important ideal operational amplifier, we can see the first step, it is a infinite voltage gain. It is a A. The infinite input resistance, that is Ri, so that almost any signal source can derive it and there is no loading of the preceding stages. The zero output resistance R0, so that the output can derive an infinite number of other devices. The zero output voltage, when the input voltage is 0, the infinite bandwidth, so that any frequency signal from 0 to infinity Hz can be amplified without attenuation. The infinite common mode rejection ratio, so that the output of common mode noise voltage is 0. And the infinite skew rate, so the output voltage changes occur simultaneously. with the input voltage changes. So these are the ideal operational amplifier. Now we can move to the function of operational amplifier. An operational amplifier is a direct coupled high gain amplifier. It consisting of one or more differential amplifier followed by the level translator and an output stage. It is a versatile device that can be used to amplify AC as well as DC input signal and designed for computing the mathematical functions such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, integration or differentiation. So we can see the operational amplifier symbol. The one input is a inverting and another one input is a non-inverting. The reference supply voltage V supplies a negative sign of supply voltage, and also the output V out. Now in this lecture we are studied the ideal operational amplifier characteristics and what is the operational amplifier and what are the symbols and what are the operations and what are the applications are studied. In next session we are going to discuss the characteristics of AC and DC characteristics of operational amplifier. Thank you for watching this video.